$9,000 people in 4,300 families were helped by TAP last year, helped by 400 dedicated staff members and 3,500 volunteers to open the doors to a better life. Because there are no simple answers, TAP offers a unique array of solutions, operating in concert to reverse the impacts of impoverishment, diminished choice, and frightening futures in all of our service area, from the Roanoke Valley to the Allegheny Highlands. 5 major components covering solutions for the youngest of children to our elders, from illiteracy to unemployment, from startlingly poor housing conditions to transportation, from scarcity of hope and promise to hopefulness and rededication, to the simple premise that there should be opportunity for all. Here are the stories of a few people who have come to our doors, bringing needs, certainly, but also bringing their own strengthening hopes. Christine yearned for her own place to live and could not make it happen. TAP Financial Services opened the door.
Obtained the funds to put a down payment down on our first home. We love it. We knew it before we even got it. So this is a dream come true. It's, the all-American dream. Not to sound too corny, but it is.
Debbie had been refused employment everywhere else, but the doors to This Valley Works opened for her.
I came to This Valley Works walking one day, didn't have any job, didn't know where I was going to go and what I was going to do. I am a convicted felon, unfortunately, and I was just having a really hard time finding myself a job. I came in This Valley Works, talked to Howard Brinson. They did some testing of me and found that I qualified for the CNA program. It has given me an opportunity to be more marketable in the job force. It's given me back my self-esteem. It's given me hope for my future. It has given me a job today. Today I'm able to pay my bills. Today I feel useful and productive again. Today I have inner peace because of this program right here.
Life had knocked Joe off his feet and he had no place to live, but a canny counselor at Housing and Community Development turned the door handle with him.
For a brief time, I ended up living on the streets, living out of the back of my car. I'd shower down at the gym and come in here and work every day. The month of August was the toughest, but the bottom line is, if it hadn't been for TAP stepping in and helping me from the start, I don't know where I would have ended up. Makes me realize just how important it is to just keep on trying, never give up.
Kimberly lacked one of the critical tools for a safe life with choice until she joined Responsible Rides, a collaboration between TAP, New River Community Action Agency, Freedom First Credit Union, and Enterprise Auto Sales.
I get up at 3 o'clock every morning and I leave my house by 3:30 to get to work by 4. And I walk home as well. And trying to get my son to school and get him the things that he needs to help him with his life and better his life, because where he is a special needs child, it makes it rough because I'm struggling to ask people to take me here, take me there. To know that I will have a vehicle to be able to do that myself and not have to worry about how I'm going to do this or how I'm going to do that will be so much stress lifted off my shoulders to know that I will be able to do what I know I can do for my son.
Sadie owned a house but couldn't afford to fix it and had trouble even keeping it warm enough in winter for her children. TAP's energy conservation and home repair program helped out right at her own front door.
We do have a large home. Our heat bills were really high. So the first thing they did was patched our roof. They didn't totally repair the roof, but it's a slate roof, so it didn't need to be totally repaired. They then took out the knob and tube wiring in the attic so that they could insulate the attic. In the process of insulating the basement, they found asbestos in the basement. They did help us remove that, which was a blessing because we do have children and we didn't want, it to affect their health.
Tiffany, facing an overburdened life as a single parent, turned to Head Start's doorway.
My sister got into some trouble and became incarcerated, and I took over her 2-month-old child. It was very difficult. being a single parent, providing for one child, to have to do it for two, and then an infant on top of that, it was very difficult. But I knew the different services that Tap Head Start could provide, and I put the baby in early Head Start, and they helped me tremendously with clothes, cribs, anything you name it. They helped me out a lot with it.
Valerie fled her home and a harsh, abusive relationship to come to Roanoke and to the Women's Resource Center, whose doors are literally never, ever closed.
Well, after a disastrous second marriage, I found myself in a physically and sexually abusive relationship that I knew I had to get out of. I fled a different part of the state with nothing but the clothes on my back. Came to Roanoke, actually Boone's Mill, where a friend lived, and she brought me to the Women's Resource Center. They graciously got me into the Transitional Living Center, where I stayed for a year and a half. And was able to get totally on my feet, put away enough money to buy a used car, found jobs, went through a lot of training, programs that helped you understand why and how you got into the situation, because I'm a college graduate who had her own tax business for 8 years, and it's not the kind of thing you ever expect yourself to be in, not the situation.
Terica was told over and over about what she could not do. TAP's Youth Build program built the doors and showed her that she certainly could.
I really wasn't going nowhere. When I joined TAP, when I got involved with a lot of people, started talking to a lot of people, they made me feel like they cared, like they wanted to help. Like my teacher, Miss Nikki, I claimed all my life I had a learning disability. I couldn't do it. And she always tell me, you can do it. I've grown a lot more. I've matured a lot. I have a job now that I can pay my own bills, and I was receiving TANF, and that wasn't getting nowhere. Actually now I can pay my own bills. My kids are in daycare, and I'm looking forward to enrolling in college here soon.
Here's Sherman Lee, the Vice Mayor of the City of Roanoke, the Regional Director, Western Region of Community Corrections, and the originator of the Western Virginia Football Classic, a project that's raised $250,000 already for Project Recovery.
We have students who have dropped out of school who become frustrated with society. They've lost hope. And what this program does is to bring them back to school. And I'm always telling people that there's a direct correlation between the lack of education and one's involvement in crime. So we're giving young people hope. We're building up self-esteem, and we're developing and helping to make the quality of life in our community better.
The coming year will bring fresh challenges. It will bring more families and individuals to our doors. Those doors will remain open, and we will continue to provide solutions that call upon the strength of families and the responsibility of individuals. We are still at our best when most challenged. Please do what you can to help us keep those doors open wide, with access for all who need us. We are deeply grateful for your support in the past and solicit your continuing goodwill, volunteer assistance, and contributions.